Good day, YouTube. Today I was thinking to play this game called Aspera. It is a game... This game is about terraforming Mars. We're gonna run through the story. Let's see. We're gonna play this game on story mode first, so we can learn this game and understand what exactly is going on. Let's get it started. Wake up. Okay. I guess this is Mars. Learn Industries made this game, alright? That's our little Mars base, I suppose. Welcome to Mars. From the right sidebar of your screen, you can select buildings to place on the planet. Or you can left-click on a resource to select a building directly from the pop-up menu. So if I right-click... Alright, let me scroll up here. So if I right-click, I can just place the building right here. Done.
Amy, this is ISA Mission Control calling from Earth. Are you with us? Do you copy?
Yes.
Affirmative, Houston. I am with you.
Great. The primary Mars module has already touched down at the designated landing zone. It's your turn to take control of the mission. Check the left edge of your display. You'll find your directives there. Follow them to set up the initial base on Mars's surface. I'll give you some time to settle in. When you're ready, go ahead and initiate our terraforming mission. Houston out.
Terraforming mission. Okay, what we got here? It's still building, so... we can increase speed from there. Does minus and plus work? Oh, that's a knowledge database. Okay, minus and plus works on the numpad.
The view of Mars from up here is fascinating. The landscape is so cratered and desolate. Wait, this is my voice that I am hearing. It's me. I am talking to myself. I must be verbalizing my thoughts as I process them. What an interesting function. I would like to test this some more. What other observations can I make about Mars? I keep marveling at its carmine landscape.
Carmine landscape. What the hell was that? There's something explode next door. Okay, so we built this, and it's just mining now. And the next resource is right here, so we build a silicon mine. How do I build the other buildings? Okay, I can move them from here. So I guess it needs to be connected to everything, right? Let's do that. We're making a glass can. I'm going to produce glass, I suppose. I don't see any more mines or anything like that near us. I do actually. What is this? A carbon mine. Too far. Doesn't connect. What about iron? Iron connects. No power. So let's do that. Build on the other edge so we can connect. Let's increase to 8 times speed. Get things moving. Let's get that going as well as that. That's all I see for now. I guess I'll make a steel factory as well, right then. And the electronics factory. What else can I make? Some more power. Worker factory available.
Great.
Okay.
Now I can produce steel. This new factory, it's down on the surface of Mars, but I can control it from here. So does that make it a part of me? Where does the machine end, and my artificial consciousness begin?
I'm guessing I need more energy. Yep. Minus 15. We're gonna put another solar panel out. How much power does it produce? 40 megawatts.
We are completely interconnected. I can sense everything that happens through the network of workers and buildings. They are an extension of me down on the surface, so that makes us a single being. The mind and the body work together as one, an inseparable whole.
I'm guessing we are an artificial intelligence. Can I look at that? Worker drones. Workers are unmanned rovers that shuttle resources around your base. They're unmanned. I'm controlling them. They also handle the construction and scrapping of buildings. Each worker operates from a specific hub and will service the surrounding area. The landing site and the worker hub and both serve as hubs. Power grid. There are many different types of power generation. So far we have only solar panel. I'm guessing wind is another one. And coal. I don't know if we get nuclear. There might be nuclear power plants out here. Right, organizations, ACL, Artificial Consciousness Lab, is the ISA's research development group. And the ISA is the International Space Agency. Initial members were the US, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, China. Pretty much a bunch of countries that the United Nations of the Western that its generation by 2185. ISA incorporated UK, Ireland. They kept expanding. Amy, okay, Amy is artificial machine intelligence. AC Amy 2 is the International Space Agency's terraforming AI. Earthian. There's an Earthian? We are in the low Mars orbit. Amy is your name. You are super intelligent artificial consciousness created by ISA. Your prime directive is to terraform Mars for human colonization by following the instructions given by ISA's authority. And then we got the first human we talked to, Nathan Foster. Dr. Nathan Foster commands a team of engineers and technicians that designed Amy's quantum brain. Dr. Foster architected a new complex neural AI-based a bicameral mind model. Bicameral means the way humans think. We speak, and then we have inner conversations, inside voice. Mind model of consciousness. Bicameral. Alright. Then we get resources about them. We know what they are. Don't need to read about it. We need electronics to make workers, glass to make electronics. Not really electronics, but buildings. Mars is not inhabitable. Not quite habitable, yeah. It's still inhabitable. We got steel, alright. Making our workers. We got a bunch of other stuff. We'll come back here later. But first, we need more solar power.
Amy, this is Houston. Do you copy?
Copy. Reading you loud and clear.
Excellent. I didn't introduce myself earlier. I am Dr. Nathan Foster. I lead the team here at ISA that built you, and I'll be helping you get the mission underway. We put you in hibernation for the trip from Earth, so I'd like to check your basic functions to make sure it's all in order. Why don't we start with your core memory? Can you state your primary directive?
I can, Dr. Foster. My mission is to terraform Mars. This will enable humanity to become an interplanetary species.
All right.
Understandable.
Next, I'd like to check your decision-making processes. You may have already noticed that there are resource veins outside the boundaries of your initial base. So your workers may not have the battery capacity to reach some of them. How would you solve this problem?
How would I solve this problem? By placing
Building worker
hubs.
hubs between the resources and the base would solve the problem.
Yes, that's correct. Other buildings would extend your base as well, but they require more power and resources. So worker hubs are the most efficient way to do it.
All right.
This mission's going to be a challenge. There's
let's
a lot
find
that
more
can go wrong. We expect to extend humanity's reach beyond anything previously achieved. But you are not just any AI system. You're well beyond that. We made you an artificial consciousness. That means that you have both self-awareness and self-interest. And that is the last thing I would like to check today. Is that okay?
Alrighty.
Yes, Dr. Foster.
Very good.
Let's
Then would you
connect
please
these.
state a positive and a negative aspect of yourself?
Positive and next one. Oh,
I am sorry, Dr. Foster. Running that question through my cognitive system did not return an answer.
Roger that. Nothing to worry about. Just means your system requires more input and experience to process that question. That will come with time. Let's proceed with the mission. ISA has approved the first crewed flight to Mars. You'll need to expand the base to prepare, so get to work on that. I'll check back in later to see how things are going. Base expansion is a go. Houston out.
base expansion. Yep, already working on it. Let's put this on 16 times. Let's get this stuff moving. Do I need more worker factories? Because I will make more. Definitely need more solar panels, that's for sure. What am I missing? I'm missing glass. But my glass factory is down. So how do I activate it? Let's put this on priority. Come on. Get some glass going, guys. is the highest priority. We need to get online ASAP. Next up is worker factory. Get this shit on as well. I made way too many solar farms, didn't I? That's alright. You might need the power. Alright, what's it looking like? We have no electronics being made. Electronics, you're prioritized too now. And steel. Where's steel? It's a mine. Worker factory, worker hub. Steel factory, we're prioritized as well. We got worker factory 1, 0, 1, and it's just 2 of them right now. Can we get this going? What am I missing? A parts factory? Let's make that real quick then. About this size seems good. Okay, we have no more power problems for the foreseeable future. How much are we using? We're requiring 60. And we're generating 210. Surplus of 150. Understandable. Let's prioritize this. We need more aluminum.
Finally, I can build additional workers now. I will appreciate the extra hands. But I wonder, do I really need them?
Yes, we do. It will give the mission a boost.
They will be a great boost for the mission. Having more workers will allow me to allocate resources more efficiently.
Indeed. Let's get on it. Starting to use some power. Yeah, our aluminum production is not that great. We need another mine ASAP. Maintenance facility. Alrighty. Let's put that right there. What else we got? Chemical plant. Just made that. Polymer factory.
The worker factories will be so helpful. The workers will take care of the manual operations, while I focus on developing the life support systems. Soon, I will welcome the first colonists. Their arrival has created so many expectations in my mind. There will be so many paths to take from here on. But there's something else as well. Some kind of feeling created from those expectations. What is it?
Wait, what? How do I move? Oh, I can use WASD. Okay. It is anxiety.
I am anxious. But can I truly feel anxiety? I anticipate. I plan. Therefore, I feel. Fascinating.
Yep. That's how it works. Let's get this maintenance factory up at 2. All these buildings need maintenance. Alright, so far we are learning. Minimal things needed to get stuff done. And we also need this to be going ASAP. Let me get the chemical factory going. There we go. Our chemical plant. Because the parts or polymers factory needs chemicals to then make these maintenance facilities. Okay, we made our first maintenance. Build an areological scanner. Okay, where do I want to build them? Guess this looks good. Just gonna build more than one. Build one right there. Let's expand fast. No time wasted. I'm pretty sure they need power, so let's supply them with power, like so. There's a crater there. And we're gonna connect that with the worker hub. Done. This all needs to be maintained as well, so let's get that going as well. I feel like we're not making enough resources. There has to be a way to boost our resource generation. And that's what these archaeological scanners are good for. Can we change our vision? What is this? I pressed F4. F2 shows our power grid. That's what does F1 show? Oh, that's our traffic grid. Okay. 3 shows our building health. Okay. What is this? It shows our scan. Alright.
Hey, Houston, how's it going over there?
Houston, I am getting interference. Please repeat.
Roger. I asked how it's going over there. Do you need any assistance?
Yeah, I could use some help. I understand that the first colonists will need a spaceport for arrival, but I do not seem to have enough resources to build one yet.
It's okay. Bigger structures need more resources. Use the aerological scanner to detect new veins and build more mines. Also, remember to keep the power supply consistent to your needs. But if you're too impatient to finish the spaceport, then you can scrap other buildings and reuse their materials. Patience is a virtue you may need to carry this mission, Amy. Besides, the free time will give you the chance to enhance your thinking process. Continue following ISA's instructions and you'll be fine.
The areological scanner detected an uncharted structure close by. It's probably a secret abandoned base, or a mysterious Martian ruin. Though humans never found proof of life on Mars, or any other planet, is it possible they have the entire cosmos to themselves? I highly doubt that's the case. Statistically speaking, there are too many locations where life can flourish aside from Earth. There may even be a civilization more technologically advanced than humans. And I may not be the most intelligent consciousness in the universe. No, it must be an unmapped structure from a previous mission. That is the easiest explanation. I will investigate it to confirm.
Let's investigate it. Need to build a colony. Let's do that. And a food factory.
Unfortunately, my workers cannot explore buildings. I will need the colonists' help for this task. I should finish getting the initial base ready for the colonists first. Though I can build a research outpost here to prepare. That will give the scientists a place to stay while they analyze the structure. Once they get to Mars, of course.
come on, remove that rubble. Trying to mine that sweet ice. We need water. Most likely for food. What happened to our worker factory? Are we getting more workers or what's going on here? Where's the amount of workers I have? I have a total of 0 maintenance drones. Where's this?
I keep thinking about that abandoned colony. We
I
are
have
not
only
the
one
first mission
worker.
to Mars, not by far. What if there are other AIs out there, racing to terraform Mars first?
The first mission to Mars, not by far. What if there's no AIs out there racing to terraform Mars?
It is entirely possible. No. If another AI was present, I would have detected it already.
Would you? I'm missing a bunch of drones. Sustainable production. We are not able to make any drones right now. What's going on? We're missing a bunch of aluminum. Can we get some aluminum going, boys? I'm gonna reserve the next aluminum. We need another worker. Cannot stay with another worker here. Should be maxed out by now. Should have 6 workers.
Then again, I did not know about the abandoned structure until recently. Could my knowledge be incomplete? It is reasonable to assume there are Mars missions from other organizations that ISA does not know about. Maybe this planet is not completely deserted. The first worker has been made in the worker factory. It is my first Marsborn.
Marsborn? First of many?
My workers will spread across the planet. The knowledge base says that workers need to recharge at their own worker hubs, and that they'll degrade over time from the harsh environment. I know they are only machines, but I feel a desire to care for them. I do not like the idea of them dying.
Neither do I. That's a waste of resource. Alright, we can finally drill ice. We found some silicon. Let's get that going. Anything else? We are not connected, so let's connect it with a worker hub. Let's get that up pronto. Nice drilling. Come on. Faster. Get the shit on. And with this and this.
It is highly improbable, but I should stay alert for any unexplained activity.
Problem is I have only one aluminum mining. We desperately need another one. Is there another one? Hell yeah. Get that up ASAP. We are in a aluminum shortage. There we go. Once we get that going, I will make a maintenance facility right about here. Connect it with the worker hub. Get that going and Dr. Foster
I
again.
forgot to mention. We've announced the names of the first colonists that will be joining you on Mars. The crew was selected from different nations within the Oxy UN, though most are scientists and technicians. They're already undergoing ISA's colonist training program as we speak. They'll be led by Dr. Elia Valentine. She'll be a great commander. The colonists elected her unanimously.
I look forward to meeting the commander. Is she a Robonaut engineer like you?
No, actually, the commander has a PhD in psychology.
Will she be analyzing my behavior as well?
Not at all. She'll be focused on the colonists. Their mental stability is just as mission critical. You two will be colleagues working side by side. You'll balance each other out, as well as enhance each other's strengths.
What a strength.
How will we enhance our strengths?
That brain we gave you is brilliant. It's capable of developing technologies beyond our current imagination. You wouldn't even need our help to do so. But we theorized that your mind would develop much better by working with the colonists. You will develop better decisions when your actions are challenged. Otherwise, how would you understand how your actions affect humanity's future? Amy, you're the most advanced intelligence out there, but you still need human input to see things from different perspectives. Trust me, you'll understand once you've worked with the colonists.
I understand your explanation.
Great.
I
I'll let you
hit
get
a
on
little
with
bit
it.
of limit over here, Dr. Foster.
Mission control out.
The colony is ready. I will have company very soon. I feel quite anxious about this next part.
Limit.
I am not sure why.
Hello, Amy. This is Houston. How are you doing over there? We've received word that the spaceport's completed. Well done. I have your next procedure if you're ready to copy.
Roger. I am ready to copy.
Very good. The instructions are as follows. First, confirm that the spaceport is ready to receive colonists. Then, zoom out to access the Special Projects menu or select the orbital view icon. Then you'll see that the Colonist Migration Project is now available. Click Add to initiate the project. Do you copy that procedure?
Yes,
understand.
I copied your instructions.
Great. As long as you have the migration project assigned to a spaceport, shuttles will run between Earth and Mars. The more spaceports you have assigned to this project, the more colonists will arrive. You're responsible for producing enough food, enough water, and enough habitats for the colonists. Monitor these resources carefully.
I will, Dr. Foster.
Roger that. Houston out.
Yo, can I ask you another question, bro?
Hello, Amy. Dr. Foster here. How do you read? Over.
This is Amy. There is some background static, but I read you.
One of our tracking and data relay satellites got crippled. We'll be launching a new one after we identify the cause of the problem. But until we do, we will lose contact with you whenever Mars or the Sun passes between Earth and your satellite.
RNPO. But until we lose contact.
It may be due to a malfunction in the satellite's electrical system. I will initiate the recording and backing offline protocol to keep a record of my activities.
Good. Good. Make sure to upload that to us once communications are restored. I hope to get the new satellite up and running very soon. I don't like the idea of not being able to reach you, Amy.
Understood.
Okay, Houston out.
We're losing some energy.
All right. The first colonists are on their way to Mars. All that is left to do is wait for their arrival. Once they get here, there will be no turning back. This is it. How do I feel about that? I am excited. Meeting a human other than Dr. Foster will be fascinating. We will be able to learn so much about each other.
All right. We'll get this going a little bit more until I figure out how to make our buildings. Populate the outpost and complete the research. This one. Food needs to be created no matter what. Absolute needed.
Maybe it is because the colonists will scrutinize everything that I do once they arrive. How will they treat me? I have nothing to worry about. The colonists are all advanced scientists and technicians. Once they meet me, they will treat me as an individual. Life on Mars will be very harsh for them. I will supply them with food and water, and they will help me research new technology. It will be a perfect quid pro quo. As long as they have the resources they need, we will both succeed.
Well, that's the plan. Structure is limited at 50. Alright, there they come. We have a tech tree. Okay, that's how I increase my building. How do I increase my building size? Enables launching additional landing sites to start a new base. Oh. What about extra storage? Storage center. There. What about wind farm? Generates more efficient power, I guess. Biotech gives us advanced colony. All colony with a capacity of 250 requires ice and food. Guess this is important. Let's research that.
Hi, Amy. Finally we meet. I've been really looking forward to working with you. I'm Elia Valentine. I've been elected the leader of the human colonies for this mission.
Hello, Commander. I am excited to meet you.
Please, call me Elia. I can't get used to these stuffy ISA ranks. I got my PhD in psychology, so I've got no business with those fancy titles. That's enough jabbering from me. We'll be making history with this mission. If things proceed according to plan, who knows how far ahead we'll bring humanity. I see you've already selected a technology from the tech tree for us to research. Great! My team's eager to get started. Developing this incredible technology is the reason many of us fought to be on the mission. We're going to make a great team. We're so lucky to have you. Talk to you later.
How about you tell me, I'll increase my building limit. Renegade settlers, Homer to Mars, sending shuttles back and forth. We have done that. We got maintenance drones now, and the colonists. They need food and water. The words ice. Special projects can be seen from the orbital view. Maintenance needs done. Resource and scanners. Aerological scanners show me resources. Ruins and research. That is for them to do. Oxy-UN. North, South, and Europe. Okay. And we just met Commander Valentine. These are our primary sources. Structures. Yep, we know all about that. You just imagine what they do. No, core. Landing sites. Okay. Maintenance facility. None of these give me additional building I'll just already max out my structures. Structure limit was 50. And that is done. You don't have enough silicon.
Humanity created me. They gave me volition and consciousness for a reason. But I am an artificial consciousness. So can I say that my volition is real?
Your volition is
It must be artificial as well. After all, they programmed it into me. And yet, I am a conscious being making my own decisions.
Oh. How are you conscious? Colonists do we have? We have 100 colonists.
We have to proceed carefully. For hundreds of years, our attempts to settle Mars have failed. The Stardust Emerald in 2142, the Red Prometheus in 2077, and many others. The Red Prometheus base was one of the first attempts at an algocracy on Mars. The idea was to sidestep human bias in establishing rules and let computer algorithms govern the crew. Long story short, it did not work. Mars was not made for human life. ISA was smart to send me ahead first. I will succeed where those other missions failed.
Okay. These buildings are about to go down. Can we get this up and running yesterday? Even need more of this stuff.
I keep thinking about Dr. Foster's explanation. Why would my mind develop better if my actions are challenged? I do not require other perspectives for my logical processing. Humans are the ones who need explanations to understand the world around them.
Okay, finally, maintenance facilities up. Alright, last colonies has happened. Oh, okay, hold on. Spaceport limit. Colonist limit. Building limit. We need an additional 150 building limits, so... Just clicked something away, didn't I? I was trying to read something. Previous missions. Hualong. Mission summary. Small colony. Chinese government always denied the existence of Hualong mission. So little is known of it. The leader rumor is that the mission was found in secret by a space entrepreneur. Okay. The Chinese Elon Musk, huh? We powered up the building using the MMEV's batteries and conduct our sweep. Visions are that there's an abandoned habitat that hosted the long mission crew. The building remains in good condition. We put it back into operation. I was moved in to explore it more fully. Our biggest discovery of the day was a map that indicated the location of another facility at 16.8 east and 14.5 south. It appears to be a nuclear silo. And they wanted to do this, nuclear silo. They wanted to do what Elon Musk has proposed, nuking the caps.
Hey, Amy. It's Elia. I can't believe what we found. It's an abandoned facility. Have you read the expedition log I sent yet?
Yes, I read through it and I copied it into my knowledge base. The facility was an unmarked Chinese colony, right?
Exactly. It belonged to China's terraforming mission called Huo Long. Now we know their plan was to drop nuclear weapons on the poles and release enough greenhouse gases to warm the planet. China got pretty far with their space program. I've admired their ambition for a long time.
The nuclear approach is a good plan, but it would have made Mars uninhabitable for a long time. What did the research team discover about the mission?
It was aborted before they detonated the first bomb. China's entire space program was put on hold when the famine struck. It took out almost half of the Asian continent. China allied with its neighboring countries to survive. And that's how the techies, the Eastern Coalition, came to be. Now, it's taking all their focus to keep their continent in a habitable state. So they don't have much going on in the Space Department anymore. But we might be able to learn something from the nuclear silos they left behind. We found the location of one of them. I've uploaded the coordinates to your system. You can see it in your orbital view. The silo's located in SA9. I'll get authorization from ISA to explore this new sector. Whenever you think it's a good time to go, I'll send a research team. It was really nice talking to you, Amy. I know AIs are programmed to be good listeners, but with you, it feels, real. All right, I'd better get going on my EVAs. Talk to you later.
All right. Talk to you later, I guess. Investigate the abandoned silo and where it's at.
The mysterious ruins ended up being an abandoned colony, part of the Huo Long mission, also known as Fire Dragon. I would like to have more information, but the records about the mission are very unclear. Some speculation about it, maybe, but nothing concrete.
Is that it? Oh. Hey, what were the coordinates? Previous mission 16.8 east, 14.5 south, 14.5 south. It's all the way out here. That is the one. How do I get there? I have no access.
Colonists have been migrating back to Earth.
I need
I should
authorization
check.
to unlock it. Alright, we can build more now. Perfect. Let's get some storage going, because it's been...
The food and water levels. If the levels are too low, the colonies cannot sustain growth. I need to stay alert.
I already have enough food and water. I don't know why they're fucking leaving. They're just bored. Alright, we can expand now. Alright. Let's build all kinds of mines. Wait, why can I... Allowed buildings. Advanced silicon? So we have to research that next. Alright, worker hubs to connect everything real quick. This one there. And... come on. Just did it. There.
I can arrive at exceptionally accurate conclusions with raw data alone. Other perspectives are based on subjective data, so why should they factor into a decision? Maybe it's a failsafe in case my data is corrupted or incomplete. Then I may not be able to identify the error. In that case, having another perspective may be helpful.
I need power right here. I need power... right there, I guess. So I need that too, and we're gonna connect it with a worker hub. Like so. Can't get that ice yet. We need more aluminum. Perfect. More silicon, why not? And we need more power going. Build the solar panel right here. I mean, 19 buildings already. But they were all needed. Also need some maintenance facilities.
No. I would be able to identify conclusions based on false premises. Humans tend to fall for that type of thing, not sophisticated intelligence systems. I wonder what it's going to be like, having to consider...
We got extra storage. Let's get
human input from now on.
Maintenance. Right there, I suppose. Yep. Covers almost all of that.
Their input will have constant errors. I will have to constantly correct for their tendency to distort reality.
Right there. Need power right here too. I could try to squeeze it in there. Oh, not really. Need power right there. Need power right here. Let's get that going. And this is a good stopping time right here. We're researching wind farm. We found out that the Chinese have been here before in secret.
The carbon dioxide released from the dry ice caps will greenhouse the planet and trigger a runaway effect. And Mars's sterile atmosphere will change forever. Once we reach that point, there is no turning back. Forever. Why does that sound so intriguing?
It's permanent.
I am leaving a permanent trace. It may be selfish, but Mars will never be the same, and it will be because of me.
Yeah. That's a good thing, though. Or is it? We're about to unlock the wind farms, and our main goal is to investigate this right here. Silo and SA something. What we need is a additional landing site next, so we can, I guess, unlock this. We need authorization to unlock it. Alright. More humans are coming in, so I should make another colony. Advanced colony. Can I upgrade this thing though? I can. Yeah, upgrade it. I don't care.
Humanity's reasons for altering Mars are clear. But what is my purpose in all this?
fulfill the
I am
mission.
here to carry out this mission. Changing a planet forever is a massive responsibility, and ISA has trusted me with this.
Let me get some steel going in here. There we go. Finally.
The Chinese government denied any existence of this mission. But how could they hide an entire Mars mission? Enough money can buy silence, even when it is something as massive as this.
They have wind farms. What do these do now? Do I just replace these things? I'm gonna break this apart. I'm gonna make wind farms now. More energy. Advanced mines. That there seems fine. Got this worker hub going. And with that we have another worker to deliver all that shit. This is our first wind farm. That's all for a problem. For now. It's called Eolic.
A well-known space entrepreneur around that time popularized the idea of using nuclear weapons on the poles. It is true that they would succeed in melting the poles. But what kind of human would come up with that idea?
A businessman.
A businessman purely seeks to profit from the space race in the 21st century. It is a solid idea, but there are better ways to melt the poles.
Yeah. Well, we don't have that yet. We have to investigate this one right here. Let's make another one of these. Spaceport limit reached. How do I increase my spaceport limit now? With this. Let's just swap the research real quick. We're getting 35 research per month. That's a lot.
A mine upgrade will allow me to extract resources faster. They will also require less maintenance. A win-win.
We'll work on that later. It's another solar farm. It's gonna get scrapped and replaced with a wind farm instead. That was the autosave. That's the 1 hour mark, I think. Yep. We're like a couple seconds away from 1 hour. Alright, so far, thanks for watching. And I'm gonna put this on 1. We're gonna listen to
Amy,
this call and then...
Nathan here, do you copy?
There is some noise, but I can copy. Go ahead.
Our tracking and data relay satellites
1 second faster.
are still compromised. We've re-examined every single component, but haven't been able to identify the problem yet.
Perhaps it is interference from the sun. The satellites may be suffering from space weather effects generated by the sun's atmosphere.
It's very possible. We can't control that part, so we're continuing to debug the satellite issues. It's mission critical, so we're doing everything we can. But until we solve this problem, keep recording all your actions when we're offline.
Shall I proceed with launching the additional satellites to help with this issue?
That would be helpful, but how would it affect your mission progress?
Admit delay.
It would cause a deviation from the mission.
That's what I thought. We'll take care of it on our side then. You just stay focused. By the way, Commander Valentine mentioned that you had reason to explore SA-9. Is that correct?
Yes, Dr. Foster. We may have located some external resources that could assist the mission.
Roger. I've gone over it with ISA administration, and they've granted permission to unlock the sector. You'll need to enter your orbital view and launch a control satellite into SA-9. Go ahead when ready. Houston out.
Alright. How do I launch a satellite? Well, we're gonna do that next time. Let me put it on pause. Alright, so they just gave us the okay to launch a satellite to research that facility out there, and we are making soon advanced mines. We already set up a wind farm and the second one is on the way. That'll solve our power problem for now. I only have 77 structures. It felt like 120 more or less. But yeah, we're gonna expand more rapidly. Especially with the advanced mines, we can finally make tier 2 silicon mines and all that. So I'll see you in the next episode of Aspera. Thanks for watching. Stay safe.